man pulls a gun on a 12-year-old Christmas caroler right at his front door. They're spreading cheer, and you're packing. And you had to show him who's boss. This is Maryland. 58-year-old Paul Susie facing assault charges after authorities say he pointed a gun at a group of 12-year-old Christmas carolers. They were going door to door in his neighborhood. Incident occurred November 22nd. This is troubling. Charging documents obtained by WUSA 9 state the young carolers, all 12-year-old girls, were going door to door in an Annapolis neighborhood singing Christmas carols to residents. When they visited Susie's home, police say they knocked on his front door twice and announced they were Christmas caroling. Hi, sir. We're Christmas caroling. Don't mind us. Susie allegedly came to a bay window next to his front door with a gun drawn, pointed it at the children. The girls ran away after seeing the weapon. Yeah. This is according to court documents. One of the girls' mothers called the police after that. When responding officers arrived at Susie's home, they questioned him. He admitted to pointing the gun at the girls. He also said he'd been drinking with his wife, watching TV before the group arrived. Authorities described Susie's behavior as, quote, loud and belligerent. You think? We could kind of figure that. When they questioned him, that's how he behaved. Loaded .40 caliber Glock handgun recovered from a gun safe in his house, the charging documents say. So Susie was also charged with reckless endangerment and a charge related to handling a handgun while under the influence. WTOP reported that. He was released on a $10,000 bond the day after he was arrested. I think that's too little. Nobody hurt in this. They're traumatized, these kids, Tehron. But I think that's too little because, again, I know I seem like I'm clairvoyant or something. I've got this crystal ball, but I know this guy too. He does this every night. He used to just do it Saturday night, Friday night. Now he does it every night. Okay. And his wife's not intervening either. So he's a danger, and that's why it's $10,000 not enough, but your turn.
So let me just address the last thing you said once again, just because a bond is not punishment. A bond is actually just a promissory note that you will return to court and face your day in court, your trial. That's what it's there for. And in fact, we need to stop over punishing people with unnecessary bonds and bails in the United States. That's a whole different discussion. However, in accord to this, not all heroes wear capes. You know, we've all wanted Christmas carolers to shut up. Well, this guy made it happen, okay? This guy, obviously, this is just an abusive, aggressive person, came outside. My concern isn't just with his behavior, because his crime is actually brandishing a handgun while under the influence of alcohol. That is illegal. That should not be the case, especially if you're not under duress. They announce themselves as carolers. If you wanted them off your property, that is not me. That is the law. Second Amendment. Sure. Is it extremely dangerous to do so to a group of 12-year-olds? Yes, it is. However, the idea that where are all the Christian right groups, all of the Christy Finikis now? Why aren't they going to the aid of these carolers and demanding jail time for this person? Because now we have two fundamental right groups clashing together, the religious zealots with the Second Amendmenters. And now that they're clashing, they don't know what to do. The same way that the Second Amendmenters don't tend to care about the Second Amendment when it comes to people of color who are simply respecting their Second Amendment rights. So this clash has now caused panic. It's the Spider-Man meme, as everyone's pointing at each other like, what are we supposed to do here? We're supposed to be on the same side, and now we've had a little bit of an incident. What shall we ever do?
You know, you're so smart. I didn't look at it that way at all, and now I am. And I was thinking to myself, which one would trump? And I think the guns are you're not going to mess with the gun. So where they're using the Christianity as a weapon here, okay, the guns, baby, all day. This is in my opinion. If this guy goes into court, would it be an excuse or a mitigating factor if he said their singing was horrible? Would that be? I don't know. Would it be? Okay. I'd stop bothering me. I'll watch my favorite show. I'm not saying any of this is right. It's gross. But there you
It's
go. Knock on my
it's a
door.
horrible situation. I'm just glad that no one was actually hurt in this
Mhm.
in this occasion because it could have went terribly wrong.
Yeah.
Alcohol and guns
Do not
definitely do not
mix.
mix,
Don't mix. Don't do it.
especially when children are around.
He should probably lose that right for a while. Okay. He's proven himself not to be responsible to handle it. There you go. Hunter Biden, weren't they after him for something about mixing drugs and you had the firearm and stuff? I'm not trying to get all political. He said, what about blah, 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 blah. I'm just saying, is it can't be responsible. You shouldn't have it.